Hi everyone, welcome back to Get Ready with me, Louise. So I'm excited because today we're getting back to the Pat McGrath collection, the Motherships. And today we're going to dive into the Pat McGrath Bronze Seduction, number 5, Mothership 5. And this one here, I would say that almost everybody thinks that this is this is the one they've purchased. You know, their color story. It could be an everyday color story for them. At least that's kind of what I get when I hear people talk about these palettes. For me, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But I don't know if this would be the one. You know? Now, granted, this was way before the Divine Rose collection and all those came out. But this is still a very beautiful palette nonetheless, and it is definitely up there in my ranking. I do know that I love this palette, I do, but I don't know, I don't necessarily think that I ever thought this was like my all-time favorite out of all of them, you know what I mean? But maybe. Let's go ahead and get started. The first shade I want to go into is Entrapment, and I got my little card today too. So, I mean, I do feel like this can definitely be used as an everyday look, for sure. And then if you wanted to make it, more dramatic or more evening even, this palette does give you all of that. But I don't know if the color story speaks to me the way some of the other palettes do, though. You know what I mean? And I love, a neutral look. I feel the most confident in that look, more so than colors, because I feel like with a natural look, a neutral look, so to say, it's harder to kind of mess it up, I guess. Where with colors, it can easily, like a mess up you can easily spot, I guess, in a sense. But I mean, I love colors. Like, I like to wear them, and I know I mess up on them. So, I get that. But I still like to wear them. But, if it's something that, I don't want to mess up, if I'm going to someone's wedding or somewhere for my kids or something like that, I'm going to wear a more neutral look. Just because it's easier to come up with, and like I said, it's harder to kind of mess up. I mean, granted, it's hard to really mess up with Pat McGrath shadows because they just are amazing. But it can be done for sure, especially if you start messing with like the special shades and stuff. It can turn. You can turn. Let me put it like that. You can turn into a glitter bomb very quickly. Now, if you don't care about that, you're good to go. But if you do care about that, then, it's something to definitely make aware, so to say. I care, I don't want to be a glitter bomb, but at the same time, I don't care because I love glitter. But again, a time and a place for everything. But that's just, my opinion on it. Feel free to do, whatever you want to do. Definitely get your money out of the palette, though, for sure. Unlike me, who don't use them. I hardly ever use them, but I adore them. Like, I will, seriously. This is how bad. And I know that I need help. I know. I have them all. I pretty much have all of her stuff, as far as shadows go. I can just lay them on my bed and look at them and admire the work that went into them, the thought process behind them, the color stories, and then you have the artwork that they're packaged in. I mean, it is expensive, but at the same time, like like okay, are the shadows by themselves, like if you put this in a whole different pan, worth $125? Or is it 129? Hers is 125, right? And then Natasha's is 129. Yeah, I think I'm right. Are they worth that in a different palette? Like, no. But when you take the shades and then the special shades and then the gorgeous packaging and the mirror and then the gold logo on them and then the feel of it, the luxness, and then the box it comes in, the artwork, and when you start to combine all of that, hold on, let me tell you the next shade. We're going to go into Disobedient. That way I'm not wasting your all's time. When you take all of that and combined it, well, then that's a completely different story, you know? Like a completely different story you're working with then. Because I feel like you're getting so much more at that point than just shadows, you know what I mean? Because like the artwork, y'all, it's stunning. I mean, I can't even describe. Like, I just sit there sometimes and think, like, where did you come up? Like, I understand where you come up with the stuff, but, like, to take it from your mind and onto a box and then into a shadow is just so cool to me. And I admire that so much to be able to do that. And then that's just like that part, like her artistry itself, like the way she does makeup, the look she comes up with, I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like, it's just so much to admire in a sense. So there is more to it. And then when you add all that together, do I then think it's worth $125? Yeah, I do. But, you know, that's each their own, too, so. But I do like them. And I mean, I think this particular palette would be like a comfortable palette for me. You know, like you can easily just do this and then slap one of the satins on and you're done. Maybe not this satin, but you know what I mean. Okay. I think I got it built up pretty good. Trying to make sure I got both eyes the same. As always, it's hard. But more importantly, it's really not how I make it come out at the end. It's just how well the shadows perform. And you getting to see that. And the colors. You know, to make sure the colors are your color story. I'm going to take that Disobedient shade and I am going to run it on my lower lash line. And like I said, you can see the difference just in that, those two things, because of the difference in brushes. Like, these shades can really be built up or blended out depending on, you know, what you want to do in your look, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind also. But I will say to start out slow because they are pigmented. And I've learned over the years to just start out slow is just easier. In the end, way easier to go back and add than to take away. So I'm going to go into Extreme Aubergine. Why do I feel like I'm saying that wrong? And it's like this purple, I mean, it's really pretty. And now, the last palette we did was Decadence. And it was all very shimmery shades. And though pretty, it has its time and its place. And like I said, I definitely believe it to be a companion palette. And there's nothing wrong with that. The first three, though, all had a black in it. This one, however, has this color here. It's like a dark eggplant purple, which I find really, you know, nice to the palette, because she could have easily put a black in here and it would have worked just as well, really. But because it's something different, you can create different types of looks because of that. And I definitely like that about it. Okay, so then the next shade we're going to go into is Blitz Flame. This shade you will see a mile away. And to be fair, I have a lot of makeup. Maybe not a lot of indie brand makeup, but I do have some even. And I've never seen a shade to dupe this shade. And if you see this shade out, it's like you know where it came from. It is just so, so pretty. I'm hungry, y'all. My belly's growling. I was going to eat before filming, but then I thought, how nice would it be to be actually, you know, do one eye and then do the next one. You know what I mean? And not walk around for hours and hours and hours with just one eye done. So that's what I did. Now I'm hungry. Okay. I feel like I got that where I wanted it. Somewhat. May have taken it down a little bit too low, but that's okay. Not a big deal. I didn't put anything down. I didn't spray my brush either. So if you wanted more pigment or more of a metallic look out of it, you could definitely do that. But even with me not doing that, I don't have any fallout. And I really do love the color Blitz Flame. The next shade I'm going to go to is Skin Show Divine Glow. And we're going to pop that in my inner corner. I actually did take this up just a little bit this time. Not far, but a little bit. Okay. Alright, I feel like I need to darken up this though. A little bit. And then go back into that first shade. I'm just trying to get both eyes the same. The best I can. The very best I can, anyway. Sometimes I can get them almost dead on, almost. And then other times, I have issues. But it's on my own, it's all my fault for the most part. Sometimes shadows can be a pain. But this particular, I know it's my fault, so. Because, I mean, it's Pat Mcgrath. Come on now. So then I went ahead and took the Show Rose Gold 005, and that's where the glitter is coming from on this side, where this side ain't got it. And I just wanted to really see, to be honest with you. I just took it on my finger and just smacked it right in the middle of my eye just to see what it looked like, because I wasn't really for sure. And that's it. Like, I literally did nothing else with it. Didn't want to. I really just wanted to see what it'd do. Like, nothing more, nothing less. But I do feel like it turned out pretty good by me doing that. And then I just applied my Dark Star to my top lashes. My Dark Star mascara. Alright. Alright. For bottom lashes, I'm going to use my Lancome. And we're done. Now, the glitter shade I used, the Rose Gold 005, I did get a little bit of fallout using that shade. Not much, because I used my finger and just placed it on. I didn't really fuss with it, and there's a reason for it, because you will get fallout. However, if you use the artistry wand, or if you spray using a setting spray or something, I generally don't have issues out of it. I mean, by the end of the day, yes, it is all over me, but again, it's one of those shades where you know that's going to happen. It just is what it is. But this is the final look. And I think it turned out okay. It's not my favorite look that I've created using this palette. I won't lie there. But it did turn out okay in the overall scheme of things. I do adore this palette. It's definitely up there in my ranking, but it's not like number 1, number 2, or number 3 for that matter. I'm not gonna lie. But when it comes to the special shades, I will say I am glad that she did come out with the artistry wand, because I do feel like it does play a big difference with her shadows. But if you don't mess with them, you know, and fuss with them, you really won't get too big of a mess. But if you do, then you will. Or if you don't use them correctly, then you could possibly get a mess. So keep that in mind also when using the special shades. Or any of the shades that are like that. You can look at them and just see the difference in them. In the shades, like, well, maybe you can't, like, on screen. I guess not. Like, you can feel even, like, if you feel it, it feels kind of rough. That's the shade that I used. I mean, it's beautiful. There's no denying that. You know what I mean? Or this shade here, same way. Again, beautiful. This shade, same way. But beautiful. Look at that. So it is a very beautiful shade. But that's all I got for you today. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I do upload. I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.